Traditionally, Honda hasn't seemed all that serious about electric vehicles. While it did produce limited numbers of the Honda Fit EV in order to satisfy zero-emission mandates in the state of California and other US states which follow California's lead, it halted production as soon as it had made the required number of vehicles to satisfy said mandate. Similarly, while Honda has produced plug-in hybrids for a number of years now, the cars in question were low-volume vehicles sold in very low numbers and considered something of a unicorn in states that did not follow California's zero-emission mandate. Historically then, Honda's focus has been away from purely battery electric vehicles and focused towards hybrid and hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicles. Its Clarity FCV full-sized sedan, originally conceived as just a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, was the primary focus for the company for many years. Only in the last few has there been anything of a shift towards more plug-in models, with the Clarity FCV's California-only availability made up for in other markets with the Clarity PHEV plug-in hybrid and the Clarity electric EV. Even then, however, the Clarity PHEV and Clarity EV's reasonably high sticker prices and limited range hasn't meant that sales have been all that impressive. And at this week's Geneva Motor Show, Honda officially revealed its e-prototype, the latest incarnation of its all-electric concept car that first debuted as the Honda Urban EV back in 2017 at the Frankfurt Motor Show. Previewing a car that Honda says will enter into production next year, it might appear at first on paper to be something of a damp squib, with what's now seen as a tiny range of just 124 miles per charge on the WLTP test cycle and an 80% rapid charge time of 30 minutes. But here's the thing. I think you should be excited about this car, and here's why. The rest of the automotive world seems more interested in range and price than anything else, and perhaps beating Tesla. And while more range is most certainly good when it comes to dealing with range anxiety, it's not always the best thing for vehicle price. Honda's e-prototype focuses on other things instead: form factor, functionality, design, and the vehicle's place in the world of the future. And while there are other plug-in cars getting people excited when it comes to range and performance, the Honda e-prototype, which I'm going to refer to from now on as the Honda E, that's what I think its production name will be, is a car that looks like it will fit in and play with the city of the future. At this point in the video, I feel a need to acknowledge that as a subcompact car, or perhaps even a mini car, the Honda E will most certainly not appeal to every single buyer around the world. In the US, for example, where small cars have been met with suspicion and scorn, I really can't see the Honda E getting a lot of fans. But since the Honda E is designed almost exclusively for a European market and won't be available in the US, it's worth looking at what it offers in the context of busy, crowded European cities. We should also not forget its home country of Japan, where Kei-Jidosa, a special class of tiny car, are the only ones allowed to park on the road at night without a special permit. If we examine the Honda E in that context, it ceases to be just a very small car and then becomes a very clever, very appealing car that happens to be small. Sure, 124 miles of range is on the small side when you consider the average range of most new electric cars today. But this is a car built primarily for use in large cities and maybe suburbs, not for long-distance cross-country travel. Aside from being an absolutely good-looking car, honestly, it reminds me of Honda's 360 and more recently N1, the Honda E is a car that's built with just more than driving in mind. Built from the ground up as an electric vehicle, the Honda E benefits from the low centre of gravity that a low-down in-chassis battery pack offers. Because the car is rear-wheel drive too, it should offer really well-balanced handling and fun driving dynamics even at low city speeds, not to mention likely having a tighter turning circle than a front-wheel drive car. And of course, those tiny dimensions are going to make it super easy to thread through crowded streets where larger cars might struggle. To ensure you don't feel tiny and cramped inside, Honda's interior design language is clean and clear, with the same kind of minimalist, functional design language, if a more modern take on it, than we've seen in other successful city cars over the years. Again, while it doesn't offer a huge amount of luggage space, there's no front trunk, only the usual tiny rear hatch load bay area, the Honda E has other things going for it. First, the concept Honda showcased in Geneva had a built-in 230-volt mains AC inverter, which honestly should be a must for all electric cars today, or whatever your local mains electricity voltage is. Second, Honda says the E has been designed to be produced with a two-way onboard AC charger, allowing the car to not only pull power from the grid, but feed it back too. And this is a particularly smart move for urban vehicles, as it offers customers a way to make money off their car when they're not driving it, assuming it's plugged in, of course. And since urban vehicles are likely to be driven less than their counterparts out of town, making use of the car's battery pack to feed power back to the grid is an altruistic thing that could certainly help reduce utility grid strain at peak demand periods and earn the car's owner money too. Honda says it's working with utilities in Europe to investigate how a V2G system could work in reality for customers, and is also working with Ubitricity, the company behind the light post-based charging stations that Honda invested in a while back, to make sure that urban Honda E drivers can charge easily and conveniently, even if they don't have off-street charging or parking. Sure, Honda needs to back all of this up with production plans, but it says it's already received 15,000 hand raisers for this tiny plug-in and already has plans to make a commercial version in the future. Sporty, fun, small and great around town, there's not a lot to hate about the Honda E, especially if you're someone who has to deal with busy cities and for whom a larger, longer-legged plug-in car is just overkill. But why am I most excited? Well, that's simple. Honda has a knack of using innovative design to get a leg up on others in the marketplace. While its CR-V wasn't the first ever crossover SUV, that honour goes to the Toyota RAV4, Honda wasn't far behind it in setting trends. Its Honda Fit, or Jazz as it's known in some markets, helped redefine compact city car design language by putting the fuel tank below the front seats and allowing a far more flexible load bay area for customers to use. I get that Honda hasn't yet shown its cards fully in terms of the electric car world, but it's worth remembering that when Honda turns its mind to something, the results are usually pretty good. Even the Honda Fit EV, a compliance car that was begrudgingly built, earned itself rave reviews, and people wanted Honda to make more. The only real unknown for the Honda E? Price. If Honda prices it too highly, it just won't sell, but if it's priced below some of the more conventional competition in the plug-in marketplace, well then, something very interesting might happen. Are you excited by the Honda E prototype? Would you like one? And what would you expect the price to be? Leave your thoughts below. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you liked it or you didn't like it. Scribble a comment. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and then you'll find out the minute a new episode is uploaded. And if you'd like to, you can support the channel through the 3 ways below me in the show notes. We'd love it if you consider doing that. I'll be back soon with another episode, but until that time, keep evolving.